Well, yes, I would say that's a very plausible story. And indeed, you remember this question about it looked like pellets that had come in from the outside, passed through the plane. Well, they've got these Su-25s of the Ukrainian Air Force have missiles that essentially explode in a kind of shotgun or canister pattern. Okay. So remember, as we go back to wrap up on the Charlie Hebdo and everything else, the Kouachi brothers and their friend Koulibaly and indeed Hayat Boumediene still fleeing, these are the patsies that are accused, they're all well known to the police. Absolutely known. Just like that guy in Australia a couple of weeks ago, right? The guy who attacked the Starbucks. That guy was well known to the police. He was even out on bail for a murder case, right? Multiple sexual offenses. We went through all of that. So this is a cell. How can a cell be permitted to exist in Paris under the nose of the famous French police, right? What happened to Inspector Maigret or somebody else should have been there for it? We've got, again, Le Pen is a demagogue. Le Pen is calling for the death penalty. She wants to reinstitute the death penalty in France as a result of this. I remember when the Aldo Moro case took place, we had Ugo Lamalfa, NATO agent, now departed, but he called for the death penalty. In other words, let's descend into barbarism because somebody's running ops. He wants, and obviously her racket is scapegoat Muslims for the depression. Now, this parallel, I would remind everybody of the Mohammed Merah case, M-E-R-A-H. Look it up on Tarpley.net. Merah, M-E-R-A-H, this was at Toulouse. This was just as the French presidential campaign was getting going, and the CIA thought that they could keep their man Sarkozy in power. Remember, his real name ought to be Sarkozy Wisner, because he grew up in the household of Frank Wisner, CIA State Department family, going back many, many decades. This guy Wisner, by the way, just in 2011 was part of the op to dump Mubarak. I think he tried to put Mubarak into a fool's paradise, that the U.S. was going to support him, because that's what he came out saying. I think that was psychological warfare, strategic deception against Mubarak. Maybe Mubarak would like to make a statement about the lies that were told to him by Wisner. Anyway, that guy's the stepfather of Sarkozy, so you see why. But right now it looks like they think that Madame Le Pen, or Mademoiselle Le Pen, or whatever she is, should be the one. And now, Merah, remember him, Toulouse. He is allowed to remain at large, I use these words advisedly, to do 3 attacks riding around on a motor scooter. And then he's cornered, and they make sure that his mouth is closed forever. He is liquidated. And that was a big enough scandal to have a lawsuit filed. If you look on the Internet, you will find the lawyer for his father, and this is Isabelle Coutant-Peyre. It's Coutant-Peyre. That's the lawyer for Mohammed Merah's father. And the contention there was that Mohammed Merah was executed in cold blood, murdered, according to orders from inside the French Secret Services. And this is done by Le Raid. Le Raid, that is the Special Forces or Delta Force, whatever you want to call it, the SEAL team, SEAL Brigade. That's Le Raid, and apparently they are penetrated by these, obviously by the French intelligence forces. And you'll go back to Merah, you will find that Yves Bonnet, B-O-N-N-E-T, the former head of the French equivalent of the FBI, came out after the death of Merah in about a week and said, well, Merah was an informant. He was essentially an asset of the DST, the French equivalent of the FBI. And they had sent him on a tour around the Middle East to try to impress the jihadi networks. They got him into Israel with his French passport. He went to Afghanistan, went to Israel, all over the Middle East. This came from Il Foglio, I believe. they wanted to invent a cover story, right? A legend for him. He filmed his killings, allegedly. There was supposedly a video that was passed to Al Jazeera, but this was then suppressed. I don't think anybody's ever seen the video that he allegedly took, but he's been obviously convicted posthumously for this. So the tracks in this case went back to two people. Claude Guéant, this is the former Interior Minister of France, police minister, and Bernard Squarcini, Squarcini, the former head of the DGSE, I believe. No, I'm sorry, the head of essentially of the DST, right? Different name now, but internal, FBI. So these two guys were running Merah as one of their agents. And nevertheless, he's not rounded up, and they can't find him. And then at the end, once this has come to its full dramaturgic fruition, then he's assassinated. Now, this Charlie Hebdo, again, it starts in 1960, at the same time that the Western intelligence, U.S., British, were pushing the anti-de Gaulle operations, things like the Situationist International, remember them, but it was called Harikiri. This was a Vichy group. This was people left over from the Pétain era. And more recently, it's not really an opposition organ. For example, the former editor of Charlie Hebdo, Philippe Val, V-A-L, former editor of Charlie Hebdo, is now the director of France Inter. In other words, he's the director of the principal radio station in the country where Hollande gave this famous interview. And as far as the late cartoonist Sharp goes, his wife, girlfriend, is a former minister in the Sarkozy government. It's a very strange, but the effect is, as we've said, anti-Assad, anti-Hollande, and pro-war. It's time to get a little bit skeptical. Otherwise, we're going to have free speech for everybody, except for those who don't accept the official version. And you do not accept the official version. Full of hope. Full like a Swiss cameraman. So we'll see you next week on Folk Crisis Radio. And remember the seminar starting January 23rd, 7 p.m.
I lost 18 pounds in just 4 days. Hi, I'm James Zeta. If you're like me, you've already tried and failed at many diet and weight loss plans. The 18 and 4 weight loss plan requires no exercising, no diet pills or additives, no laxatives, no meal replacements, and no diet drinks. The 18 and 4 program is crystal clear with a day-to-day, step-by-step, and meal-to-meal guide. If you're not satisfied with your results, I will give you my 30-day full money-back guarantee. Go to 18and4.com. That's the number 18, I-N, the number 4.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. That's